And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show, evening show. Sorry, it is the afternoon at 4:31 on Monday, August 5th. I do want to welcome you to this afternoon show. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, we appreciate that. If you're watching or listening to this later in the evening or afternoon, we appreciate that as well. Thank you for that. One quick note, it is in the description for the live video. There is a correction from Sunday's paper. The headline inappropriately lists $9.2 million as the Kane Market repair cost. It is actually closer to $150,000. DOTD sent us the corrected project estimate after that front page had been shipped to our printer. We do apologize for that inconvenience. It is correct on the jump for the story and online, and we will run a correction Thursday. We will continue mentioning that throughout the week. Again, not $9.2 million for Kane Market Road, but $150,000. Again, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Thanks for joining us. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can find these shows as well as our long-form podcasts at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. We will have Garrett Graves with us on Thursday after he speaks to Livingston Economic Development Council earlier that day. We had several podcasts last week. We had Mr. Tim Grow on Monday, who spoke about a Learn While You Earn program and went to go see President Donald Trump for that. We talked to Jeff Ard on Friday about District 1 and his councilship. And we went in deep on what the schools do over the summer to get prepared for next year. You can check all those out. They are free at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. Current traffic, heavy delays beginning at the Denham Springs exit, going all the way back to Baton Rouge. Sorry, folks. I-12 eastbound is backed up from the Denham Springs exit almost the entire way back to downtown Baton Rouge. It's going to be a slow ride home today. Small delays on 64 heading east back into Livingston Parish from Central, and intermittent delays along 190 at the lights. Currently 92 degrees, feels like 100, so just call it 100. It is currently 100 degrees with 50% humidity, low tonight of 74, still some chance of some evening thunderstorms, highs in the low 90s for the rest of the week, and lows in the mid-70s with anywhere from 30 to 40% chance of rain. Our weather and traffic are brought to you by WGMB Fox 44 and WVLA NBC 33, both of which are under the brproud.com label. We appreciate our digital partnership with them. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the show. Lane Hardy is coming home on September 28th. That is sponsored by Scott Ennis, or put on by Scott Ennis. It will be at North Park. Advanced tickets are $30. Tickets at the gate are $50. It is an all-day event. Gates open 11 a.m. Lane will play in the evening, and there will be intermittent bands throughout the day. Past weekend, kind of a weird circumstance. Several multi-vehicle accidents on both Saturday and Sunday near the Livingston-Satsuma exit. Saturday was based around a Greyhound bus. Sunday was just a series of accidents. As one happened, several happened beyond it because of that first one. Livingston Parish Fire Department and Police Department worked a lot of those in tandem with State Police as well as Livingston Parish Sheriff. Over the this past weekend, and as we discussed over the weekend in one of our podcasts, the Livingston Parish School Board approved a $1,000 a year raise for teachers, as well as the $500 a year raise for support staff. They will implement those gradually. You can check that out, www.livingstonparishnews.com. $5 a month, or you can check out our app for breaking news and that sort of thing. Master plan, we'll meet tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the Parish Council offices. Two things on deck now. They've got funding, so they will hear from Director Mark Harrell, who's the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness, facilitates a lot of the grant acquisition for the parish. They'll be looking for anywhere from $450,000 to $500,000 to get this thing funded. They were told that the original, which was passed in 2013, is still good, but will need to be updated. It'll cost about half as much over, which is $250,000, and then anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 for a master drainage plan. So they'll be seeking grant funding for both of those. That's first on the agenda. Second, we talked a lot about the proposed sewer ordinance from Gary Frog Talbert. On a 3-1 vote, if you'll remember, that was shipped to the Master Plan Committee. So, although the Ordinance Committee will be discussing some other sewer issues later in the week, the Master Plan Committee will be diving into that sewer proposal. So please keep your eyes on that. Tomorrow is also the Bike Ped Plan meeting for the City of Denham Springs. It will be at Healing Place Church from 5 to 7. They have an overall proposal as well as 2 maps that discuss bicycle paths and pedestrian paths, taking into account potential crash areas and that sort of thing for overall safety. Please check that out if you're a citizen of the City of Denham Springs, or if you're just interested in what's going on here. It will be from 5 to 7 at Healing Place Church. We will be there for that. Last week, retiring Judge Doug Hughes was honored at the Livingston Parish Courthouse. Currently, he retired on June 30th, which opened up the door for a race for his seat for this fall election season. So, that election season, and I promised you I'd read the whole list again. If you joined us, if you were here for the morning show, we went through qualifying, which begins tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and runs through 4:30 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as folks try to qualify for a wide variety of seats that are up for election this election cycle. October 12th is the first date, and then the second spillover date is in November. That exact date is, I want to say it's the 16th. I was right. Should have just said it. Anyway, so let's run through the list of the seats that are up for election. This is there's some statewide, some parish-wides, and some hyper-local ones. So let's run through it. Governor, incumbent John Bell Edwards. Lieutenant Governor, incumbent Billy Nungesser. Secretary of State, incumbent Kyle Ardwan. Attorney General, incumbent Jeff Landry. Treasurer, incumbent John Schroeder. Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, incumbent Dr. Mike Strain. Commissioner of Insurance, incumbent Dr. Jim Donelon. Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, District 6. Some of you might know that as the Bessie Board. That is incumbent Kathy Edmonston. State Senator 6th District, incumbent Mac Bodie White. State Senator 13th District, there is no incumbent. Mr. Dale Erdy was term limited. State Senator 18th District, incumbent Eddie Lambert. State Representative 64th District, incumbent Valerie Hodges. State Representative 71st District, there is no incumbent as Jay Rogers Pope is running for a Senate seat. State Representative 81st District, incumbent Clay Scheck-Snyder. State Representative 95th District, incumbent Sherman Mack. The judgeship that we discussed, because Judge Doug Hughes retired, District Judge 21st District, Judicial District, Division D, as we mentioned, no incumbent. Sheriff of Livingston Parish, incumbent Jason Ard. Livingston Parish Clerk of Court, incumbent Jason Harris. Assessor, incumbent Jeff Taylor. Coroner, incumbent Dr. Ron Coe. Parish President, incumbent Leighton Ricks. Parish Councilman, District 1, incumbent Jeff Ard, who joined us last Friday. Parish Councilman, District 2, incumbent Gary Frog Talbert. Parish Councilman, District 3, incumbent Maurice Scooter Keene. Parish Councilman, District 4, incumbent John Wascom. Parish Councilman, District 5, incumbent R.C. Bubba Harris. Parish Councilman, District 6, incumbent Jeff Averett. Parish Councilman, District 7, incumbent Tracy Gerlinghouse, who joined us 3 Fridays ago. Parish Councilman, District 8, no incumbent. Tab Lobel has announced that he will not run for re-election. Parish Councilman, District 9, incumbent Shane Mack. Constable and Justice of the Peace, Ward 8, which is the Holden area, incumbent Leisha Alford. Chief of Police, Town of Livingston, Chief of Police, Village of French Settlement. The current incumbent was William Bliss, who came in on a special election after the former police chief resigned. Alderman Town of Livingston, 1 to be elected at large. Alderman Town of Killian, 2 to be elected at large. And Alderman Town of Springfield, 2 to be elected at large. There are also 4 constitutional amendments, which you can read about on our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com. It took me about 3 minutes to read through all that. All in all, there are about 32 seats. Some of those are parish and statewide, which will be on everyone's ballot. Some of them are district specific or are town specific, so you'll need to be on the lookout for those. We will continue coverage through the qualifying cycle as we move through Thursday. And next Thursday's paper, that would be 8:15, will be completely dedicated to the elections in Livingston Parish. So check that out. The 2018-2019 tax totals edged out last year by $35,000 thanks to a huge June from the car sales. So it was just over $103 million again this year. That's separated between 17 tax entities, including the state, which has 4 pennies. The young professionals had their annual meeting where they gave out their future 5 and heard from the past chairman and the new chairman about taking advantage of Livingston young professionals and the services and opportunities they have to offer. Livingston Young Professionals is a subgroup of the Livingston Parish Chamber of Commerce. Again, you can check that out on our website and in this Thursday's paper. Springfield and Albany's football previews for the upcoming year as they get rolling with camp are online at www.livingstonparishnews.com /sports. You can check those out there, as well as rolling into Southeastern and LSU seasons. We have some pictures of LSU fall camp as well as coverage of Southeastern's fall camp. Southeastern had a tough gamble at the Southland Conference Media Days and had a low projected ranking in the Southland Conference, so they'll be looking to play the underdog and come from behind. Finally, over the past 2 weekends, Assess the Need had their collection drives at Walker, Denham, and Watson Walmarts. It ended this week. Look for a thank you from Assessor Jeff Taylor coming out this week, as well as a distribution to needing children. And speaking of which, school does start this Friday. Orientations are behind us. We will be kicking off school, and you will see the new staff at several schools throughout the parish as the school year kicks off Friday, August 9th at 7 a.m. One more time around... No, it's only gotten worse, folks. I'm sorry. One more time around the bend with traffic. Stacked up from the Denham Springs exit, heading back west into Baton Rouge pretty much the entire way with almost dead stop near the O'Neill exit as you're moving into Livingston Parish. 64 minor delays on 64 heading into the North Denham, South Watson area from Central, and delays on 190 heading into Denham Springs, and now delays stacking up on both Jubin and 190 at that intersection, so please be aware of that. Current weather feels like 100 degrees. It is 100 degrees. 74 degrees is your low tonight. Still a small chance of rain today. Anywhere from 30 to 40% chance of rain for the rest of the week. Highs in the low 90s, lows in the mid 70s. Again, the news is on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Please follow us there. Give us a like, subscribe, follow, whatever you are willing to do. We do appreciate it. You can also find these shows as well as our long-form podcast at www.livingstonparishnews.com /podcast. Those are free. If you ever fall behind or don't have time to watch a morning or evening show or a podcast, you can always go there and catch back up just as at your own pace. That is totally up to you. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. I appreciate you being here today. If you watched us live or listened or watched us later, we do appreciate it as we try to bring you the local news of Livingston Parish. We will be back to you in the morning as qualifying begins and to talk to you about some things that Garrett Graves says tonight at his duplication of benefits open house. Thanks for joining us. Catch you in the morning.